really, sincerely believe the existence of God. So, the solution is very simple. Bring the lamp of knowledge. Darkness of ignorance vanishes instantly. So, we must aspire for spiritual knowledge, not this secular knowledge, which leads you nowhere. It leads you towards more confusion, more delusion, more bondage, more suffering, more miseries, more restlessness, more tension, all sorts of things. More crimes, more violence. The so-called modern society, which is highly advanced in every respect, they are so low in their behavior. They have become extremely violent and cherishing all negative qualities, hating one another, being jealous of one another, become too much of selfish. These are all the offsprings of materialism. The more you are materialistic, the more you tend to become selfish. So in order to understand spirituality, it means you have to become really selfless. The more you are selfless, the more you come towards God. And the more you come to believe the presence of God. So, the most important point is, unless the mind is purified to a certain level, you will never be able to comprehend the glory of God. So at least we should have intellectual understanding that God is present, though we are not able to see. So that we have to really convince ourselves how far it's a fact. God exists is a fact. There always conflict arises, just like good and bad always exists. From the start of creation, good and bad existed. Just as the fruits, there are sweet fruits and bitter fruits. So also, atheists and believers in God coexist. It will be always there. Even if God comes here and shows his vision to you, still there will be people who don't believe God. Why it is so? It is the nature of things. Otherwise God's play cannot go. If play has to go, there should be always conflict. Then you can enjoy the play. If there is no conflict, there is no play, there is no game, then you feel bored. So, God is so gracious, in order to avoid this, in order to get rid of this boredom, he has created conflicts. So, your grit lies how you will be able to play your game thoroughly so that you can win the game. Winning the game means realizing the truth. If you have not realized the truth, you have failed in your game. But God is so gracious, He gives you another chance. Well, take one more birth. And it is described, God's grace is infinite. How? Because God gives infinite opportunities for us to do. Everyone will have to pass through a number of births. How long? So long we have not realized the truth, we have to keep on coming back and forth. Punarapi jnana, punarapi sayana. So, punarapi jnana, punarapi marana. That continues. Whether you believe it or not, they are simply pushed to be born. There is no your selection there. There is no your choice. There is no your choice. The choice is done by the Divine Supreme. It is invisible, whom we call God. So, the people who don't believe in the existence of God are called atheists. So, the term atheist, how it came, it has got various reasons. Why do people become atheists? We should start from that question. So before you start question and answer session, I myself start the session with that question. When I try to answer that, the answer is lack of true knowledge of religion. Lots of misconception about religion, misunderstanding about religion, misinterpretation of religion, misapplication of religion. Tremendous. So, in that process, what has become, people are forced to be confused. So that gives place to atheism. Second reason is because of the intoxication of brains with high positions, when they have got a recognizable power and position in the society, they become so egoistic. And they simply say, why should we bring God? What is the necessity of raising God at all? We can do everything ourselves. Nothing is beyond our power. So this kind of arrogance is responsible for raising atheism. Third factor is tragic circumstances of life, which rise to dejection, disappointments. They really begin to wonder, why? I don't think there is God. If there is God, why should I am put in such great trouble and God is not coming to help me? As if God should be ready at his beck and call. God is personification of patience. You must know that. He is very patient if you even scold him in a number of times. He is not bothered at all. The more you scold him, the more he is kind towards you. Poor guy doesn't know me. That's the way. So, dejection and disappointments are the cause of becoming atheist. So, according to atheist, God is nowhere. That's where they start. From the beginning, from the start, they think there is no God. But the theist believes quite contrary. God is now here. Where there is a will, there is a way. The theist possesses will, where the atheist is without will. How do they conclude? The atheists, how do they conclude that there is no God? So the main argument is, he is not able to see God. Seeing is believing. If I don't see, how can I believe? Show me God, then I shall believe in His existence. The example is given. Suppose you take a small needle and very secretly punch his arm with it. He will suddenly cry. So you may ask him, what do you feel? He will say, I feel pain. Will you please show me pain? Where is it? He will try to explain to you. Pain cannot be shown, it can be felt. I am feeling the pain. How can I show it to you? Similar is the case of concerning the existence of God. God cannot be seen normally, but His presence can be felt in the mind. The world consists of many things which cannot be seen but can be felt. Another example is given. Fragrance of flower. It can be smelled with the nose. It can't be seen with eyes. Oxygen is inhaled through nose. It can't be seen with the eyes. Don't we believe in the existence of fragrance or oxygen? Because you can't see. Most of the people believe in the existence of soul, though they don't believe in the existence of God. When a person dies, his soul leaves his body and goes away. Can we see the soul? No. But we can perceive the presence of the soul in a body. We can also feel the absence of soul in a dead body. So follow this incidents very carefully, how it leads you towards believing the existence of God. Just as soul cannot be seen but can be perceived, God cannot be seen but His presence can be perceived. There are grammarians and all students of grammar believe that every object or verb in a sentence has got subject, whether it is apparent or understood. Without subject, object cannot exist. Verb is defined as action, kriya, while subject is defined as doer of action.